So, Hypnospells, it's kind of an obscure word. It's kind of a facet of magic that isn't talked about much in the New Age. I found a reference to it in a really old dusty book, and it's kind of an advanced version of the principles used in autosuggestion, but in this case it allows one to influence another person by like a silent, unobservable means. Realize it or not, your mind has the ability to broadcast thoughts in the minds of others. It happens more often than you really think, and I'm sure you've been in rooms with groups of people and had a thought, someone else spoke it aloud, and this is because we're just going to use conscious and subconscious, not get too involved with some of that terminology. This is because that our subconsciouses are all linked together as one, and so. Some psychologists call this the universal mind, but it basically means that at any given time, several people could be having the same thought simultaneously or synchronously. Deep emotion, regardless of its nature, actually has the ability to move energy and transfer our thoughts with that energy. If you dwell closely on any thought or idea, you can actually push this thought into the mind of another through intense emotional energy. This doesn't mean you have to make like an emotional scene, but you have to remember that you need to be able to produce sensations within yourself for whatever means, that the mind doesn't distinguish between what seems to be happening to us and what we just kind of create in our minds, so you need to be in control of that. Another example, like when you're watching the back of someone's head and they suddenly turn around, look right at you. Some people are definitely more sensitive than others on things like this, but the thing to understand is that there just aren't coincidences flying around without any rhyme or reason. Things are linked together, and some people really just have a hard time with that. They're a little bit naive, and some of them know they're naive and just kind of wish to remain naive in that, and they know there's something going on out there, but they just kind of haven't stopped and acknowledged. Most of them don't care. So in time, you can actually use this ability, working with it, sending thoughts to others even at great distances. It's actually successful if you can begin experimentation with this specific thing. Most of the time I advocate solitary work, but this is actually something that's more fun if you can work within a group, in a group setting, comfortable setting between people that are all of a like mind, and then also taking it to group parties, and trying it out on unknown people and whatnot. Everyone I've met develops this kind of stuff at different times, and they're going to find points of strength at different times in their lives. But it's stuff like this. It's a path regarding some degree of devotion, because the magical life, the more you work with magic, the more you become more intuitive. This kind of development, quote-unquote psychic, I don't like that word, but psychic development will actually happen naturally, and if it's something that's forced, you'll probably get more frustrated than anything else.